Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, sorry for the long hiatus for another video. I joined the army, so yeah, it was a long process, and I can't, make YouTube videos while I'm in boot camp. But yeah, I'm gonna be definitely making YouTube videos again, and since I graduated, and yeah, so today we're gonna talk about the iPhone 8. We're gonna talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and whether or not it's worth to buy. All right, enjoy the video. Wireless charging finally makes its debut with the iPhone 8 and later on the iPhone X, and it's definitely a welcome feature since Apple is moving to a wireless platform with their products. Thankfully, Apple made the iPhone 8 Qi wireless charging compatible, so those of you that have Samsung wireless chargers or any other wireless charging pads, you're in luck because the iPhone 8 will work on it. This year, Apple decided to keep the same type of camera and just make some slight improvements to it. It still has the same 12 megapixel camera with the 1.8 aperture that records 4K video at 60 frames per second instead of the 30 from last year's model. Photos taken on this phone are still as always beautiful with unbelievable color reproduction, solid noise reduction, and low light photos and optical stabilization. Does a very good job at keeping the photo looking good even if you're on the move or you don't have a steady hand when it comes to taking photos or videos. The regular iPhone has never been a battery champ like its bigger brother, the iPhone 8 Plus, but it will get you through the day with light to moderate usage. This year, Apple went with a smaller battery with the iPhone 8 at 1820 milliamp hours instead of the 1960 milliamp hours battery that was in the iPhone 7. The good news is that the battery life on the iPhone 8 is comparable to the iPhone 7 due to the A11 Bionic chip and iOS being an extremely bare-bones light operating system. If you're a power user though, I would not recommend this phone, and instead I'd encourage you to get the iPhone 8 Plus. Alright, so AR is a new player on the scene with smartphones. You've seen this feature on Pokemon Go, which is on iOS and Android, but the iPhone 8 has this feature built in. While it's in its early stages of exposure, it'll be more prominent in a couple of years with the smartphone manufacturers jumping on board with this technology. So basically what AR is your phone makes a computer-generated image on your phone kind of come to life in a real-world setting. I guess it's an ugly way of describing what AR is. So the new A11 Bionic chip is a beast in a class of its own. It is a hexa-core processor, which means it has 6 cores. This is the first time ever Apple has put a 6-core chip in its phones. As always, apps open up promptly, games run smoothly, and multitasking is just as good as it was on the iPhone 7. I've said this time and time again in past videos of iPhones. Apple, upgrade your screen from 720p. It's 2017, and it's ridiculous how a premium smartphone with a premium price tag, such as the iPhone, still has a 720p screen instead of 1080p. I don't think it would hurt the iPhone's battery life if they upgraded to 1080p. Other than that, the screen is still serviceable with decent color saturation and crisp text. But don't expect anything really, because it's 720p. You can compare it to Samsung and other manufacturers like LG, which have Quad HD screens, and it makes the iPhone screen look like crap. Sorry, Apple. But please, Apple, upgrade to 1080p. I've said this time and time again in past videos of iPhones. Apple, upgrade your screen from 720p. It's 2017, and it's ridiculous how a premium smartphone with a premium price tag, such as the iPhone, still has a 720p LCD screen instead of a 1080p. I don't think it would hurt the iPhone's battery life if they upgraded to 1080p. Other than that, the screen is still serviceable with decent color saturation and crisp text, but don't expect anything spectacular like you do with Samsung and other phones with OLED panels. Please Apple, upgrade the next phone to 1080p. Yes and no. If you have an iPhone 6 or lower, I definitely recommend the upgrade to the iPhone 8 if you're really in a hurry to buy a new iPhone. But if you can wait, or you have an iPhone 7, then wait for the new iPhone X coming out later on this year. Only problem is that you probably won't be able to get one since Apple won't be able to make that many because of a shortage with its component suppliers.
And that's my review of the iPhone 8. Please like, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys again, because I'm gonna make more videos, and just not in a fucking, excuse my language, just not as fast as I used to, or what I thought was fast. So, see you guys in the next one.